Hi everyone. A customer in the Gazelle Owners Forum inquired about how to make a design similar to this. So this is the design I came up with, and quickly I am going to show you how I did this. It was a real easy process. First, I'd like to point out to you though, let me break this apart. The center shape of this design. When I look at this shape, I see half of a heart. I see one side of a heart. So a heart is actually what I started with to create this design. And I'll show you how I did that. Going into the shapes menu, I selected a basic heart. I zoom in real close, remove the fill color, and reduce the line width. I do this just because it's easier for me to see everything. I turn on construction points, go to my edit menu, and from the edit menu I select cut a straight line. I visually judge about the center as best as I can of the heart. I press and hold my left mouse button, press and hold the shift key, and drag a straight line. Pressing and holding the shift key while I drag this line forces the line to remain perfectly straight vertically. Release the mouse button and release the shift button. Rezoom on that so I can see it better. Now visually I'm just looking at the two sides of the heart to see which one I like better in case my line that I did wasn't perfectly straight. And both of these look fine. I'm going to keep the right side and delete. Actually, I see a little hooky. I see a little hook right here. I'll zoom in so you can see it. See that little hook right there? So instead of deleting the left side, I'm going to delete the right side and use the left side. Once I've got that piece of the heart selected, I open my transformation menu by pressing C on the keyboard and go down to the rotation option. I want to rotate it 90 degrees. Click on apply until I get it going the direction I want, and this is how I want it on the screen. Now I'm going to have the piece selected, right click, and come down to radius copy. I'm going to have to put in my radius and my degrees. By double clicking on this little top circle, I get the degree box. I know I want 9 pieces within this shape, so I need to know what the degrees will be to give me 9 pieces. So it's real easy to figure out. There are 360 degrees in a circle, so I'll go 360 divide by 9 pieces, and the answer is 40. So I put 40 in the degree box and click OK. Next I need to do the radius, and for radius I'm using 0.25 and click on OK. Now I'm going to zoom in a little bit closer so you can see this. Oh, it didn't work like I thought it would. Oh, when I changed tools I lost it, I'm sorry. I won't be able to, I'll have to zoom in on it first. Okay. Right click the shape, radius copy, In the degree box, I want 40. And in the radius box, I want 0.25. Now I wanted to zoom in so that you could see that these little diagrams were still here. Now what I'm doing is pressing enter on the keyboard. Each time I press enter, the software will make a copy of the shape and it's multiplying it around a circle. I have all of the pieces that I want now. So to release the multiply tool, I have to select a different tool. I'll click on the refresh button and zoom out. Oops, wrong way. And now I have all of the pieces for this shape. But I still need the outline of those center shapes. So I'll drag a selection around all of the pieces and group them together, and then go to Tools, Outline. I'm using 0.25 for the thickness. Click on the word outline to get an idea of what it's going to look like. And I know from doing this earlier that this is the measurement I want. If you wanted a different measurement, type in the measurement you think you might like, press on the word outline, and do that as many times as you need to until you determine the outline thickness that you want to use. I'm going to go back to the 0.25, and when I have this the way I want it, I'll click on the apply button. When I click on the apply button, all of the overlapping lines are automatically welded, and I can see that I've got just a boatload of construction points on two of these arcs, and I don't want it like that. So on those two segments, I'm just going to use replace by arc to get rid of some of those nodes. And there we have it. If I zoom in, I can clean up a few more of those nodes, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm trying to do this just real quick and on the fly. Then what I did was give it a fill color, make the fill color and the stroke color the same by right clicking on the same color swatch. And it looks like all of my pieces have disappeared, but they're just not visible because they're all the same color and they're layered on top of each other. And to see what this is going to look like, if I cut all of these shapes at the same time from one piece of cardstock, with all of those selected, I come over to the left and click on the group with transparency icon, and that shows me exactly what my shape is going to look like if I cut all of the pieces from the same piece of cardstock. This is what the remaining piece of cardstock would look like. Then all I need is a little piece for the center, so I'll create a small circle, change it to a different color, select it, and drag it down onto my piece. And now I can see what that shape will look like if I use an eyelet or a brad or something in the center. If you cut this circle at the same time as you cut the rest of the shape, then of course that circle would be removed from the center. If you don't want that to be removed from the center of the shape, then move it away, change it to a different color, whatever you need to do. But just keep in mind that if it is on the shape, when you cut, that piece will be removed. And you would end up with something that looks like this. That's it for this video. I hope this helps. Happy crafting and happy cutting.